This is excuse me, math 7.2, and your learning target for this is to solve and write addition equations. All right. Remember, equation is where you have a couple expressions with an equal sign. You have to have an equal sign. So like c plus 2 equals 5. Because this has an equal sign, this right here is an equation. Okay? So we're going to solve this. We're going to solve it. We're not going to write them so much. In the guided practice and independent practice, you'll see me with some word problems, how you have to write. You have to create it using the words from the story. And then you write your own, and then you solve it. But this I'm just going to be working right now on solving the addition equations. And they're addition equations because they all have addition. Addition, addition, addition. Okay? This for me is kind of the fun stuff about algebra. It's a little bit of a game or puzzle. It's where you got to do something to find something. All right. The first thing we need to start with is a definition. Inverse operations. Inverse operations is basically an operation that undoes each other. It undo each other. You undo something, okay? Basically, it's the opposite. So if you're adding something, you need to subtract it. You need to do something to undo it. If you're multiplying it, you need to divide it. If you're dividing it, you need to multiply it. If you're subtracting it, you need to add it. You do the opposite to get rid of it. You want to undo it. Now, this equal side, it's kind of like, remember with a fraction, you have 4/8. You can do anything to these to keep it equal. You just have to do the same to the top and the bottom. So if I divide this by 2, I have to divide this by 2, and I get 2/4. I did the same to the top and the bottom. Equations are like the same, like that. This equal is the middle, kind of. And then whatever you do to this side, you have to do the same thing to that side. So you have two sides. You have the equal. It's kind of like a balance. And if this goes down 5 pounds, this has to go 5 pounds down. Because you want to stay equal. You want to stay balanced. All right. So there's a couple different ways to do this. I'm going to show you this way with a model here. Okay, so C, I'm saying C equals a cup. Okay? A cup plus 2, and I'll say these are, I don't know, oranges. So a cup plus 2 oranges equals 5 oranges. So I drew them out there. Now, I want to get how much a cup is worth. Well, if I can get rid of, I got to do it on the same on both sides. I'm going to get rid of this here and this one. So I'm going to get rid of 2 oranges. So I have to get rid of 2 over here. So now I know a cup is equal to 3. So if this is 3, 3 plus 2 equals 5. Okay, it worked. I did the model. Okay, here's what I like to do. I circle the variable. Okay, so I circle C. I want to get this all by itself. I want this equals some number. Then I'll know exactly what C is. I might even say I'm solving for C. I want to see what C is. Now, I have this add plus 2 on this side. This is what I got to get rid of. I don't want that. So I have adding 2. I do the inverse operation. I'm undoing it. If I add 2, to undo it, I have to subtract 2. So minus 2. But if I do it on that side, I have to do it on this side. Otherwise, we're not equal anymore. If I only do it on this side, we're not equal. We got to be equal, fair, equal. Okay? So I'm going to do minus 2 here. Now, this, the C comes down. Plus 2 minus 2 undoes each other, or cancels each other out. No more. I had 2. I took 2 away. Nothing. Got nothing. And then my equals 5 minus 2 is 3. So 3C equals 3. Now, I always go back and check it. And in middle school, your middle school teachers will make you check it all the time. So get in the habit of it right now. Just in case you make a mistake, you'll catch it, you'll fix it. So C plus 2 equals 5. I think C is 3. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to make that 3 plus 2 equals 5. Is this a true statement? 3 plus 2 equals 5? Well, 3 plus 2 is 5, and 5 is 5. So yes. Okay, I figured it out. I got what C is. Okay. All right, let's go down to number 2. 6 equals x plus 5. I find my variable. My variable is x. I want to get that all by itself because I want to solve for x. What is x? Now, the last lesson, I look at this and I can do this mentally. If it's 1, 1 plus 5 is 6. But I'm trying to get you to think of doing it this way, and I want you to show your work on this one. Inverse operation. I have x with this plus 5. I want to do the inverse operation. Opposite of addition is subtraction. I'm going to get rid of these. Get rid of that 5. But I got to do it on both sides. We're going down 5. Equally, evenly down 5. So this is 1 equals the x, and those cancel. So I think x is 1. Now I'm going to check it. I think this is 1. Is that an accurate statement? 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 equals 6. Got it. Okay? All right, let's do this one. I see I have 3.5 plus y equals 12.75. Now you got to remember a little bit about how to add, subtract decimals, which I know you remember. I circle my variable. So I'm solving for y. I want to find out what y is. This one's a little bit harder to do mentally, okay? I might be able to do it, but I'm not going to work that hard because I have a different method. I know that this is 3.5. Now, because there's not a plus sign in front of it, I still know it's positive. I know I have 3.5, and I need to get rid of it. How am I going to get rid of it? Subtract 3.5, and then I got to do it on both sides. And I lined up my decimals. Remember, with adding and subtracting of decimals, you line them up, and then you just go. Okay, so this 3.5 minus 3.5 is 0, so they cancel each other out. I'm left with y equals, now, I don't have a number here. I can always put a 0 here. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring my decimal, it drops down. 2 minus 3, I'm going to go like this, and that's 9. So I think y is 9.25. So let's try it. 3.5 plus 9.25 equals 12.75. Okay? And you can use your calculator for these. This one I'm going to just add these up right here. 9.25 plus 3.5. Again, I line up my decimals, really important. I can put a 0 there, that's 5, 7, put my decimal there. 9 plus 3 is 12. 1275 is what I'm looking for. Okay? So, to solve addition equations is where you want to get the variable all by itself. And then do the opposite, undo the operation. So, you have plus something, you got to subtract it. And then you subtract it on both sides. You bring it even, equal, equation. And then you always check it to make sure. Okay? Now, this is a similar system with subtraction, and it's a similar system with multiplication, and it's a similar system with division. So make sure you understand this. This inverse operation is very important, and we will be doing this for the next 4 lessons, and we're going to do the different operations. Okay?